Hey guys, just thought while I was sitting here watching the lathe work, give you a little sneak peek of what we got coming up on the channel. Got a pair of 61 Husqvarnas here that we're going to convert both of them to 272s. Pretty simple stuff, and probably just a nice woods port. I'm going to make one's going to be a work saw for myself. I'll probably turn around and sell the other one. Picked up this 920 Johns Reds at an auction. Got a couple part saws to go with it. This one to me feels like somebody's done some serious work on this saw at some point in its life. It's got compression out the rear end. I've not had a tester on it, but I've never pulled a saw over that pulled over that hard. So we're going to tear it apart and see what it looks like inside. This is going to be a fun little project. Now, whether it works or not, I don't know, but we're going to do our best to make it work. I got a bunch of these old parts, 372s, 371s laying around that I've picked up here and there. I came across this 385 the other day that's got a good piston and cylinder in it. It's got some other gremlins. We'll probably put it back together as a 390. But I'm going to take the piston, or the piston and cylinder out of this, use the cylinder on a 372 with a different 54 millimeter piston, and see if we can machine it enough to make it work. Then back in the corner, that's kind of my little play toy. That's an old 288 I picked up in a junkyard. I've ported it and ported it and ported it and played with it, and it's time for some machine work on it. We're gonna cut the base, cut the squish, either cut the squish or make a big dome. I'm not sure yet, and just see what we can get out of it. That's a saw that I like to play with. I don't have hardly any money in it. I built this goofy pipe that we'll see if it works or not. I've not run it since that. It's got some carb issues right now. We're going to go through and clean it up and see what we can do with it. Get back over here and babysit my lathe for a second. See if we can get some of this come off there. There we go. And then over here in the floor, we got the vintage section. We got a Super 44 McCulloch, Super 44A McCulloch, and a C51 Homelight. The Homelight we're going to have fun with, just see what we can do, make as much power as we can, put a crazy loud pipe, something that'll try and make power, but I just want to play with it and see what I can get out of it and have something pull out and just cut a few rounds with every now and then. The Super 44, the straight 44, is actually in really, really good shape, and it's got good compression. I think it just needs a carburetor going through and maybe a fuel tank gasket. I'm sure it may need the points worked on a little bit. I'm not sure on that. I'm not familiar with the ignition system on the old McCullochs like this. The A, it's got some problems. We may tear into it, and it may be a have fun saw, because I don't know how much is really salvageable out of it. It may end up just sitting back in the corner for now, but we've got plenty of fun things coming up. I've got a whole pile of saws on top of these with lots of other ideas and ideas for stuff that I haven't come up with yet. So stay tuned, guys, and we'll tear into these. I got a 272 build going to start here just in a day or two, and we're going to kind of go in this order, I think, but it'll be fun to say the least. Should have mentioned, I got the lathe. I got some aluminum chucked up in the lathe right now. I'm making mandrels to turn cylinders. I'll show you these. It's pretty simple. I had some, came up with some heavy wall aluminum pipe. You can see right there is half-inch wall, and I just turned it down to whatever size I needed. I've got right now, I've got a 54 millimeter, 52 millimeter. I'm working on a 50. That should get me started. I'll need to come up with a 56 for a future project, but I bought about 10 feet of this pipe, so we can make more mandrels than we'll ever need. But it's just time consuming. I'm just out here killing time watching the lathe work. So, thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for all the fun.